I just built this 40-foot wall in my own backyard after closing the biggest mural commission of my entire career. An 8-foot by 200-foot mural for the biggest Arabian horse show on the planet, which tours 14 events across the Middle East, Europe, and North and South America. And that's where I come in. The mural will be made up of 5 sections, each celebrating one city from the American side of this global tour. In order to make this mural possible, it's going to be painted on canvas on my backyard wall, and then transported to Las Vegas to be restretched and installed as the backdrop for this final event. Okay, 300 feet by 10 feet of canvas. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm gonna need to get some wheels or something to get it in the backyard. But I'm excited. It's go time, baby. Prepping and going and starting. Let's do it, baby. With the wheels strapped on, my neighbor and I dragged this mighty heavy canvas into the backyard, where it would find its new home for the next 5 weeks. Okay, everything is all ready to go. All the materials are acquired, the wall is built, design is approved. It's showtime, baby. Let's get this canvas rolled out and see what happens. Let's do this. The canvas I ordered for this project was sold wholesale in large rolls in 25, 50, and 100-yard lengths. In order to get all 200 feet, I ordered the 100-yard. Even though I would have a lot left over, it was the only logical option. But when I opened the package, I realized I made a big mistake. That's 4 25-yard rolls, not a full 100-yard roll. What I found out later was that it only comes in 25 yards at a time to keep the weight manageable. But for me, that wasn't gonna work. If I'm painting 40 feet at a time, I would only be able to get one section out of each 25-yard roll. So I explained my situation to them, and luckily was able to get a 5th roll for a major discount and fulfill the canvas I needed. I really appreciate that.
Not a problem.
Okay, well, had a slight oopsie, Wholesale Arts and Frames. You a champ. Just gonna ask for what you need. Let's get back to work. Look at that, nice primed canvas. Sexy, so sexy. Okay. It would be safe to say that I didn't really know what I was doing. Just trying to figure it out as I went. Whew. Okay, that is some canvas. Look at that. Oh my God. Okay, now I gotta figure out how to get this friggin' thing up there. I knew how to stretch a small regular canvas, but a vertical 40-foot canvas was a bit different. Just getting it up there was my first task. Well, it's up there, temporarily. Okay, here goes nothing. Next, I had to trim the fat and get it ready for stretching. Whew, there you go. I wanted to save this because I know I can do something cool with it later. Yeesh. Okay, now we stretch for real. When you're stretching a canvas, you want to make sure the middle is nice and tight and work your way outwards. Oh my God. Then began the long, arduous process of stretching this giant canvas across this big wall frame, working my way towards the ends, one staple at a time. Look at that. Nice smooth corner, baby. Until finally, it was all stretched. Ho, ho, ho-dee hum, baby. I got a 40-foot canvas up here. It's not perfect, but I think it'll do. I think it'll do, donkey. Well, all that's left to do now is I'm gonna do a 2-foot grid. I kind of like those old school grids. So I'm gonna do a 2-foot grid on this one, and then I'm gonna get my lines up there. Tonight, I think the grid will have to do before it gets dark. Tomorrow morning, bright and early, we start sketching, baby. A cool little command center over here. When it gets really hot during the day, I can dig it. A beautiful day here to get cracking. I got my squares and my grid all ready to go. I have my freaking command center here under my little tent. All my spray paint ready to go. Warm colors, cool colors, tools, a seat. Let's do it. Okay, first up here, Scottsdale, Arizona. I'm going to kick off this 200-foot wall with Scottsdale, the very first event they held for the American tour back in February. After spending almost a month creating all the concept art for this project for each wall, doing the research, drawing the compositions, planning the colors, and getting the designs approved, it was finally time to put paint to canvas. Meep, meep, meep. All aboard the Kiptoe train. Command center. It's working out perfectly so far. Look at, I got a little pocket here for caps. Oh my God. Now we just go to the wall. Meep, 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 meep. I'm starting to really like this backyard project. Easy, baby. Easy, baby. Let's go. With everything ready to go, it was time to lock in. I always feel a bit rusty if I haven't painted a mural in a month or two. So, warming up with this sweet golden horse trophy was a great way to get my paint legs under me again. It's the very first thing that caps the left side of this entire 200-foot mural. And I wanted to try and keep it expressive and have some visible paint strokes to keep it interesting. But being rusty wasn't the only thing I was battling while painting. It's hot out here. It's pretty brutal. It's brutal to paint in the direct sun, and also it's brutal for my cameras. I have a whole umbrella get up here trying to do something, but it only records for about 8 minutes before it just overheats and shuts down. That one, my GoPro, it's so extreme heat warning, 97. Oh boy. Middle of the day is just, it's a bit much out here. Whew. Figure something out. Okay, got out here bright and early this morning because it's nice and cool. And best part is I didn't have to clean up any of this stuff. I just leave it out here and I come back and it's already here. One of the many perks of painting in your own backyard. Another of which is having endless water supply. And a third of which is I don't have to find a place to shoot. So, working out pretty good so far. And I get to hang out with Katana. Another big plus. She's my official cheerleader. I wanted to start the day with getting this flag in there to celebrate the American aspect of the tour and give a nod to the event itself with this cowboy trotting into the arena with his big flag. Each element I paint will be inspired by the show in Scottsdale, as a memoir of sorts for the tour. Along with some natural environments and flora and fauna, of course. The Arabian horse, what this big show tour is all about, is one of the oldest and most influential horse breeds on Earth. Its origins trace back thousands of years to the Arabian Peninsula among Bedouin tribes. The harsh desert environment shaped the Arabian horse into a tough, heat-tolerant, efficient animal. The Bedouins found that the horse could travel long distances with minimal water, were agile in desert terrain, were calm and loyal under pressure, and could be trusted in battle. They really viewed them as a gift from God. Throughout history, they have been a foundational bloodline for many modern horse breeds, including the thoroughbred, the most versatile athletic racing horse. The Arabian horses have been revered for centuries for their endurance, temperament, intelligence, purity, and beauty, with their distinctive dished face, large expressive eyes, arched neck, and high tail carriage. In 1893, at the Chicago World's Fair, an Arabian stallion was showcased that sparked massive interest, and wealthy Americans began importing pure Arabians. Even Hollywood movies like Ben-Hur and Lawrence of Arabia helped skyrocket their popularity for their beauty and charisma. And they remain one of the most widespread and beloved horse breeds in the world. It was really important for me to get the face right, as this community has a keen eye for these creatures, and I wanted to do it justice. When it's like peak afternoon, like right now, it gets kind of brutal to be doing just detail work. So I think I'm gonna blast a bunch of fills and just blast a bunch of paint on there and get some areas filled in. That way I'm not like dying from noodling a bunch of little strokes. Let's do that. Even the can itself is like burning hot. Might just have to take. Watermelon break. Oh, it's looking good. I'm happy with it. Pretty cool for a first project in the backyard, you know? Oh my God, this is so good. I'm thinking if I do 4 or 5 days per section, that'll leave me with like just enough time to finish everything with a tiny bit of buffer. So it's gonna be pretty much full steam ahead from now until all these panels are finished, all 5 of them. Another perk of working at home, I can have cold, healthy fruits whenever I want. Another big thing I noticed about the show was the wide cultural representation they had in Scottsdale. And I wanted to showcase some of that here, with this native woman in her powwow regalia performing their jingle dance with their hands at the hips. wanted to challenge myself by just carving out these features with just the skinny caps I had and make it chunky, bold, graphic, and simple. And working in the dirt and the sun all day sure has its moments. Oh man, you want to see a hard day's work? Oh no. Oh man. Okay, we got these cowboy, cowgirl swing dancers over here. Got a fresh new Kiptoe shirt, feeling clean, feeling fresh, ready to rock. This swing dancing couple, I wanted to go for a two-tone graphic vibe to push them in the background a bit to create more depth in the piece and help the horse head stand out that's right in front of them. It's a matter of playing with the shapes, basically. Not trying to create too much form or value, but letting the simple shapes do the work. That means the shapes have to be on point, not only for the face structure, but the expression itself. With some subtle pushing and pulling of those two tones, I am able to carve out a little bit of form in the face. And then add a few additional accents to make it interesting. And of course, letting that hair flow across her shoulders to show the full swing in action. Then matching that with the lipstick and fixing the nose to make it complete. Okay, I really like how these cowboy swing dancers came out. Looking pretty cool. I really like this. This is kind of subtle, but I like how right here, see how the background yellow comes into the hair like this? I really like that. And like just a tiny bit right here into the hat and his hat right here. It really kind of harmonizes it with sinking it into that back layer there and kind of losing some edges to create some more dynamic flow, shape language, and all those art terms, you know? Let's keep going. With the Native Americans and the cowboys, there was also room for this classic Mexican folklore dancer to spread her charm across the mural. Oh yeah, survived another day. You can see now that we're getting closer, the composition coming to life swings us in. We have the horse guy here bringing us forward, and then this kind of comes up and then down as like the main event here, but then the dancer swoops us back up again and carries us forward through towards the next piece as well. Kind of takes your eye on a little bit of a journey. Feeling the burn, feeling that heat, feeling the calendar ticking away, but doing my best. So onward and upward. Tomorrow's another day. Okay, well, finally it's a little bit cooler today. Really had fun with this abstraction yesterday with the Mexican dress, and it looks like total like in movement, you know, and it was way more fun than trying to just paint everything like it's supposed to look. And I wanted to just inject all this energy into it, and it looks almost more true this way because it's in such flow, you know? I'd love to implement that more as I go along this project and the other panels and inject some of that creative flow that I've been exploring lately. So one more big portrait to go, and then final details. So let's go, baby. As I worked on this last native dancer to fill out this plethora of Scottsdale characters, it brought me back to Artists in Wonderland working on the piece with Smo, doing our minimal spray press challenge, and integrating a more loose and dirty style to fuel my hand and eye and make it interesting for myself. I think I'm finding as I go along here across this wall that I like this little bit dirty, a little bit not so perfect kind of mark making that I'm doing here. Because it's a mural and you're gonna be seeing it from, so far back anyways, that I don't need it to be perfect right up close. It almost is more fun and freeing, and when you can loosen up a bit and just kind of get some shapes and like marks on the wall. Not everything is exact, and I kind of like that. I'm kind of creating this cross-hatching pattern throughout the piece, and it's just a little more freeing. I can enjoy myself and leave it and not fiddle with it so much. And it kind of creates this bounce back energy. It gives the piece some life and some character. Just a few more things here, and Scottsdale looking pretty nice. And with some last final details, compositional devices, and intricate patterns to accent the space, Scottsdale was finally finished. It's kind of nice to be able to just sit here and soak it in for a while. I'm usually like on site trying to finish before I have to leave, or this or that or whatever, and I'm just here at my own house just enjoying what I created for a minute before I move on to the next one. It feels nice. I get to see what's changed about my style, or what's a holdover from last time, or what I can improve for the next few moving forward. Pretty sweet. What do you think? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Pretty stoked about the first backyard mural, 1 out of 5. 4 left to go. I think we're off to a very good start here. Besides the scorching heat, I think things went off without a hitch. Got my whole situation figured out, and I'm ready to crush it. I'm ready to kick this 200-foot wall's butt. I got 40 feet down, 160 feet to go, and we're gonna keep it going. Next up, Miami, Florida. Stay tuned. Well, we did it. What do you think? You like it?
Yeah, pretty good. I could have done better.
What?
Yeah, it's true.
No, I don't think so.
Well, yeah, guess we'll never know.
Okay, next time, you paint and I'll catch lizards all day.
No thanks.
Actually, you're probably better at that too.
Yeah, probably.
Someone's got to pay for your cat food.
Well, I guess that's you then.